I welcome you all in our today's session, that is Z transform and region of convergence of infinite duration sequences. In our previous video, we have seen the definition of Z transform and we have considered the ROC of finite duration sequences with the help of few examples. Okay, now in this session, we are going to find out the region of convergence of infinite duration sequences with the help of few examples. Okay, so we will consider one example here. We will consider the sequence x of n is equivalent to a raised to n into u of n. Okay, now observe this sequence. This sequence is a raised to n into u of n. Okay, that means as the u of n is a unit step signal which exists from n is equivalent to 0 to infinity. Okay, so this is a causal sequence and exists only from 0 to infinity. Okay, now we have to find out the Z transform of this provided sequence. Okay, so as this exists up to infinity, this is a infinite duration sequences. Okay, there is no any limit for the value of n. So it is infinite duration sequence. Okay, now we will find out the Z transform of the provided sequence. So x of z is equivalent to, according to the equation or definition, it is n is equal to minus infinity to plus infinity x of n into z raised to minus n. Okay, so here according to the sequence or by observing the sequence, we can identify that this sequence exists from 0 to infinity and the value of unit step signal is always equal to 1 for all the values of n is equal to 0 to infinity. Our sequence gets reduced to a raised to n, okay, into z raised to minus n. Okay, so here we can write this equation as n is equal to 0 to infinity a raised to, or we can simplify this as a into z raised to minus 1 raised to n. Okay, so this is an infinite series. Okay, and we know that summation from n is equal to 0 to infinity alpha raised to n is equal to 1 plus alpha square up to infinity, which is nothing but 1 divided by 1 minus alpha, where r is less than 1. Okay, so here we can say that for modulus of a raised to z raised to minus 1 less than 1, okay, the x of z converges. Okay, so just we have replaced the value of alpha here. Okay, so alpha value we can consider here as a into z raised to minus 1. So a raised to z raised to minus 1 should be less than 1, for which x of z converges. Okay, so after reduction, we can say that modulus of z should be greater than greater than a. Okay, so this is the region of convergence for the given z transform. Okay, so by replacing the value of alpha in this equation or comparing these two equations, we have x of z is equivalent to 1 divided by 1 minus a into z raised to minus 1. Okay, so here just we have replaced with the value of alpha. Okay, so after simplifying this equation is z divided by z minus a. Okay, and ROC, that is region of convergence, is modulus of z greater than a. Okay, so the region of convergence we can show here. Okay, the region of convergence is shown for the given infinite duration sequence here. Okay, so this is our imaginary axis and this is our real time axis. Okay, so this is the real time axis, that is RE of z, and this is the imaginary axis, that is IM of z. Okay, so this is the unit circle. Okay, so here this circle is now of the radius a. Okay, it is of the radius a now. Okay, so here the pole is present at z is equivalent to a. Okay, and the 0 is at the origin now. Okay, so here is the pole and here is the 0. Okay, and this is nothing but the ROC plane, region of convergence of the provided sequence. Okay, so this is the ROC of the given sequence. This is the entire Z plane. Okay, so we can show here the ROC. So what is the ROC here? So ROC is the exterior of the circle having radius modulus of A. Okay, so this entire region is nothing but the ROC. Why? Modulus of Z should be greater than A. Okay, from our equation, modulus of Z should be greater than A. So this entire region, okay, so this entire region outside the circle is nothing but the region of convergence for the provided sequence. Okay, so this shaded region is the region of convergence of the provided sequence, infinite duration sequence. Okay, now we will consider one more example here. Okay, so we will consider that x of n is equivalent to minus b raised to n into u of minus n minus 1. Okay, so this given signal is of the infinite duration, but it is an anti-causal sequence. Okay, so our b raised to n gets multiplied by u of minus n minus 1. So this is a sequence which exists from minus infinity to 0. Okay, so this is an anti-causal sequence. Now what we have to do? We have to find out the Z transform of this equation or this sequence. Now we know that u of minus n minus 1 is equal to 0 for n greater than or equal to 0, and it is equal to 1 for all the values of n less than or equivalent to 1. Okay, so here what we are going to do? Okay, we are going to find out the x of z for the provided sequence. So x of z is equivalent to summation. According to the equation of Z transform, it is summation from minus infinity to plus infinity x of n into Z raised to minus n. Okay, now here we have to put up the values of our x of n. Okay, so what it is? It is our sequence now exists from minus infinity to minus 1. Okay, so n is equal to minus infinity to minus 1. Why the limit is minus 1? Because our unit step signal is shifted by one sample. Okay, so here it is minus infinity to minus 1 limit. So again this is minus b raised to n into z raised to minus n. Now we can simplify this. This will be, we can say, take this minus sign outside. Okay, so it is minus summation from n is equal to 1 to infinity b raised to minus 1 z raised to n. Okay. Sorry, it is z raised to plus 1, or we can say this is, sorry, this is z raised to n and this is z raised to minus n. It's my mistake. So it is b raised to n into z raised to minus n. Okay, so here it will be okay. Now by replacing the values of here m is equivalent to minus n. Okay, replace m is equivalent to minus n here. Okay, or we can say m is equal to minus n. So what it will be? Summation from, sorry, minus m is equal to, yes, infinity to 1 b raised to minus m z raised to m. Just we have replaced m is equal to minus n. Okay, so our equation will be like this. Okay, so we can rearrange this. So m is equal to 1 to infinity b raised to minus m z raised to m. Okay, so what it will be? It will become minus summation from m is equal to 1 to infinity, okay, b raised to minus 1 z the whole raised to minus m. Okay, so it will become again b raised to m into z raised to minus m. Okay, now here what we are going to do, we are going to simplify this. So it will become minus summation from m is equal to 0 to infinity b raised to minus 1 z raised to minus m minus 1. So why this minus 1? Because now we have included m is equal to 0 also. And for the value of m is equal to 0, our b raised to minus 1 into z raised to minus m is equal to 1. So we have subtracted this value. Okay, so above series converges at b raised to minus 1 z less than 1. Okay, so for this, after simplification, we have modulus of z is less than b. Okay, and after simplification, our x of z will become minus of. Okay, so as this is the example, or it is equivalent to summation from m is equal to 0 to infinity alpha raised to minus m, it will be equal to 1 divided by 1 minus b raised to minus 1 z minus 1. Okay, so this is our x of z. Okay, so here after simplification it will be z divided by z minus b, and ROC is modulus of z less than b. Okay, so it is the region of convergence is the values for the radius, or what it is all the values of z which are less than the radius b. Okay, so the region of convergence here is given in this way. So this is our circle with the radius of b. Okay, so this radius is equivalent to b. Okay, and here is our 0. Now, what is the ROC? ROC is all the z values which are less than b, and this is the value b. So all the values which are less than b is the region of convergence. So the region of convergence exists within this circle. Okay, in previous case it is outside the circle, because in that case the modulus of z is greater than a, but here the modulus of z is less than b. So ROC is within the circle. Okay, so it is interior of the circle having radius b. Okay, so this is for anti-causal sequence. Okay, for causal sequence the region of convergence is outside the circle. Okay, and for the anti-causal sequence it is the interior of the circle. Okay, so this is the case with causal and anti-causal sequences, infinite duration sequences. Now what about the two-sided sequences? Okay, now we will combine both these equations, or both these interior and exterior circles. Okay, and we will consider one more example here. Okay, so we will consider the same sequences which are added together for the two-sided sequence. So we will consider one equation or one sequence here. X of n is equivalent to a raised to n u of n plus b raised to n into u of minus n minus 1. Okay, we have combined both these sequences. Now we have already find out the z transform of these two sequences. So x of z will be the addition of these two z transforms. Okay, or we can simply write it by the equation as, okay, n is equal to 0 to infinity, okay, a raised to n into z raised to minus n plus summation from n is equal to minus infinity to minus 1 b raised to n into minus n minus 1. Okay, so the z transform of this equation is summation from n is equal to 0 to infinity a into z raised to minus 1 raised to n plus summation from n is equal to 1 to infinity, okay, b raised to minus 1 z the whole raised to n. Okay, so again after simplification and simplifying this by considering summation from n is equal to 0 to infinity alpha raised to n, which is equivalent to 1 divided by 1 minus alpha. Okay, so here in this case it will be 1 divided by 1 minus a into z raised to minus 1, and here it will be 1 divided by 1 minus b raised to minus 1 z minus 1. Okay, so after simplification it will be equivalent to z divided by z minus a minus z divided by z minus b. Okay, and what is the region of convergence then? For this case, here the modulus of z should be less than a. Okay, and for this case the modulus of b should be again less than b. Here it should be greater than a and here it should be less than b. Okay, so combining this we have, okay, a less than modulus of z less than b. Okay, or we can say modulus of a less than modulus of z, which is less than modulus of b. Okay, so a is the circle with radius, this is the a is the radius of the smaller circle and b is the radius of the outside circle. Okay, so what is the region of convergence now? Okay, region of convergence is the all values of z which are greater than a but less than b. Okay, so here we consider that this is the circle with the radius a, and we will consider this is the circle with radius b. So what is the ROC? ROC exists in between a and b. Okay, so this is the region of convergence for this particular sequence, two-sided sequence. Okay, so this is nothing but the ROC of provided two-sided sequence. Okay, so if modulus of b is less than modulus of a, then what it will be? It will be the outside and inside of the circle. Now in this case we have considered that modulus of b is greater than modulus of a. Okay, and if modulus of b is less than modulus of a, then what will happen? Okay, so in this case, okay, the region of convergence. Okay, suppose here this is the circle with modulus b, this is the circle with radius b, and this is a and this is the circle with radius b. Okay, so opposite to this. This is a and this is b. Now in this case what will happen? As here z will be less than, z will be the values all greater than a. So greater than a means this region. Okay, all the values which are outside the circle. Okay, and again z transform is less than b. That means it should be less than b. So that means this region. Okay, so the region of convergence exists only for or within this circle and outside the outer circle. Okay, so it depends upon the values of a and b here. So for b greater than a, our region of convergence is within the two circles, and for b less than a, the region of convergence is, okay, it is outside the outer circle and inside the inner circle. Okay, so it depends upon the values of a and b here. Okay, now what will be the stability or and the ROC? Okay, so let h of n be the impulse response of a causal or non-causal linear time invariant system, and h of z be the z transform of h of n. Okay, so h of n is the provided sequence or it is the impulse response. Okay, it may be a causal or non-causal linear time invariant system, and h of z is nothing but the z transform of h of n. Okay, then the stability of the system can be found from the ROC using the following theorem. So what is that theorem? A linear time invariant system with system function h of z is BPO stable if if and only if the ROC for h of z contains the unit circle. Okay, so linear time invariant system with the system function h of z is Bibo stable if and only if the ROC for h of z contains the unit circle. This is the theorem, okay, for the stability of provided system. Okay. Now there are certain properties of ROC. So what are those properties? Okay. Properties of region of convergence. So first property is the ROC is a ring or a disk in Z plane centered at the origin. It is a ring or a disk in the Z plane centered at the origin. Okay, the second property is the ROC cannot contain any pole. Okay, now what is the third property? If x of n is a causal sequence, then the ROC is the entire Z plane except at, yes, that is we have seen earlier, at Z is equivalent to 0. Okay, so for the causal sequence the ROC is the entire Z plane except at Z is equivalent to 0. Now what about the anti-causal sequence? If x of n is a non-causal sequence, then the ROC is the entire Z plane except at Z is equal to infinity. Okay, this is our fourth property. Now, if x of n is a finite duration, two-sided sequence, then the ROC is the entire Z plane except at Z is equal to 0 and Z is equal to infinity. Okay. Now what is the sixth property? If x of n is an infinite duration, two-sided sequence, the ROC will exist or ROC will consist of a ring in the Z plane bounded on the interior and exterior by a pole not contain any pole. Okay, that means what? If x of n is a finite duration two-sided sequence, the ROC will consist of a ring in the z plane, okay, bounded on the interior and exterior by a pole. Okay, so here on the circle, or we can say on the radius of that circle, okay, we have the pole, but it will not contain, or ROC will not contain the pole. Okay, it exists only on the on that radius or on that circle. The pole will be on that circle here. Okay, so here the seventh property is that the ROC of the LTI stable system contains the unit circle. Okay, and the eighth property is that the ROC must be connected region. Okay, so these are the 8 different properties of the ROC. Okay, so these are the different properties of ROC. Okay, so we will revise once again. The ROC is a ring or disc in the Z plane centered at the origin. Okay, so ROC cannot contain any pole here. Okay, there is no any pole within the ROC region. Okay, if x of n is a causal sequence, then ROC is the entire Z plane except at z is equal to 0, and for anti-causal or non-causal sequence, it is the entire Z plane except at z is equivalent to infinity. Okay, if you consider the two-sided sequence, ROC is the entire Z plane except at z is equal to 0 and z is equal to infinity. Okay, if we will consider the infinite duration two-sided sequence, then the ROC will consist of a ring in the Z plane, okay, bounded on the exterior and the interior by the pole, okay, and it will not contain again any pole within the ROC. Okay, the ROC is a LTI stable system which contains the unit circle, or for the stable system it contains the unit circle only. Okay, so ROC must be a connected region. Okay, so these are the 8 different properties of the region of convergence. Okay, in our next session or next video, we will consider or we will study the properties of the Z transform. Thank you.